Hey guys, so I decided to make a video about my toxic best friend today because first of all, I have a story to tell. I don't have this channel for no reasons. Just in case you didn't know what you clicked on, today I'm going to be doing a video about my very much toxic best friend. If you watch my videos, if you're watching my video, you know who you are. No hard feelings. I don't have a problem with you. I don't know if you have a problem with me, but so we're gonna get into this video. Me and this girl, we're gonna name her Chocolate. So me and Chocolate was the new girl. I was the new girl, she was the new girl, and I was like, okay. And we met in 4th grade, except she came in the middle of the year. When she came, I remember it was breakfast, and I think I was like the first person to talk to her. You know, I was just trying to make friends because I didn't have friends at the time at that school because, like, just didn't talk to no one. So there's this girl, we're not gonna name her yet because she comes later on in the story. I guess she lived next to her, so, they clicked because they lived next to each other, so they started talking to each other. Since I talked to her like at breakfast and stuff, and I helped her with something, I thought that me and this girl was cool, but no. I remember me and homegirl, we passed next to each other and we was giving each other like dirty looks, and we actually got into it because I don't know what happened, but we got into it. But that was that. And then one day, I don't know how it happened, but me and homegirl decided to be friends, and since then, we clicked fast, and we was the new girl, so we clicked fast and we became best friends. We're gonna fast forward to 5th grade year where we became patrols in school, and there was these girls, the popular girls at our school. I guess you could say they're the popular girls at our schools because all the boys were on them. But then we was not really close to them, but like we saw them, we used to talk to them kind of. We're gonna leave it at that because they come later on in the story too. In 5th grade we had like a little bit of fights. Me and Chocolate, we had a little bit of fight like here and there. Not fights, but arguments here and there, but we always like back to each other. And I remember everyone in 5th grade used to say, oh, like I followed her, and I'm like, girl, homegirl's following me. It was, it's the remix. Like 6th grade year comes and we're all in the same bus, the popular girls I was talking to you about like before. Yeah, so we're all in the same bus, and since we was in the same bus, I guess we clicked. And the other thing that made us click like really fast was all of our classes was next to each other. So there was 2 history classes. Me and like some of the girls were in that first half, and Chocolate and the other girls were in the other for the history. So that's how it went. We all clicked fast because of that. Also, like in the morning when you get breakfast in our middle school, like my old middle school, you could get your breakfast from the classroom and you could walk around the building if you wanted to. So yeah, we're gonna fast forward to our first incident, when they started being. So, like I said, we all became like very, very close because they just became one because, they're not as popular anymore since they left that school. So it was just us, right? So this girl, we're gonna name her Dark Chocolate. So me and Dark Chocolate, she was like kind of part of the group, but not. Yeah, she was part of her groups. Me and Dark Chocolate was really close to each other. And I remember this one time I went to go make up work for my history class that I told you guys about. You could just like hang out in there, but I was making up work from that class, right? And I heard that one of the girls,
I know exactly who it
was talking crap. So I was like, okay, y'all talking. So it's great. I was a reckless child, so I didn't care. So I went up to them. I said, what was said about me? And they were like, oh, nothing, da da da. I let that go. But that should have been like a click to mind that find new people. But my little dumb self just kept going, and the other thing that happened was this girl. She was not new, but she didn't go to her school, our old school, like our old elementary school. So she was new to us. So basically, she came into her friend group. Me and Chocolate, we met her in theater class. All of us clicked so fast. Like we was like kind of like the 3 Musketeers for like a while. We were still friends with our other friends and stuff, but us, we clicked hella fast. She came our group, and I remember me and her, we used to like borrow stuff from each other for like a day. It was not like anything like big or anything, but for some reason they're pressed about it because I remember girl came to me and she was like, Chocolate, right? She came to me again, and then she was like,
oh yeah, they were saying stuff about you again.
And I was like, please tell me what was said about me. So she was like, oh yeah, they were saying that you stink and that you don't have a sense of style. They were saying that you dress ugly. I don't blame them for the dress ugly because I literally used to wear color on top of color. So, that I understand, but to call me those other words, and it was like she was saying a bunch of other stuff, but I don't remember. I was like, okay. And it was the same girl, mind you, it was the same girl. It was only me, because every time I'm with them, nothing was ever said about whoever was not there that day. So, you know, they just had a problem with me. So I was like, okay, you know, like now that I think of it, I'm like, okay, so I was the problem. I didn't think of that when I was like back in 6th grade. So I confronted them again, and they said nothing was said. So I was like, okay. There's this other thing that happened, and I'm gonna tell you guys this, right? So there was this girl. She was not in a friend group again. We're gonna name her Latina. So Latina was friends with one of those girls in our group, right? I'm gonna name her Red. So Red, Latina, I guess they had a class with each other, so you know they clicked fast. So they started talking, and mind you, all of them at lunch used to always have a mouth, you know. I'm not gonna lie, I had a mouth too, but you know, they all had a mouth and stuff, and they would always talk about that girl, and they would always say, it was not even anything serious. It was just like, oh, why doesn't she hang out with us anymore? Oh, like she's acting like, you know, hella snake, you know, she doesn't hang out with us, you know, she goes off with Latina every single time, she never sits at lunch with us anymore, you know, petty stuff like that. So it wasn't anything big, you know, but this one time I wanted to have my own opinion, because like I said, I had a mouth too. So they would always talk about her, and I was like, oh really? So one day, I never told the other girl, because me and the other girl, we was like really close to this day. You know, I still like don't talk that much, but here and there, you know, we kind of talk sometimes. But that girl, oh yeah, before that, every time they would get mad at me, the whole group would get mad at me. And Chocolate wouldn't say nothing about it. You know, like Chocolate, she would just like sit there, act them up and stuff. She would never say anything. Chocolate would never stick up for me. And I was like, girl, you're supposed to be my best friend. You know, these snakes these days, you know, like she was just being a snake. So I was like, okay, that day I was talking about, I was like, why does Latina wear so much makeup? Because homegirls in 6th grade, to this day, I stand by my word. Like, if you got a problem with it, because first of all, she wore too much makeup. I'm not gonna like judge her, but she was only in 6th grade. She was wearing hella highlighter, contour, mascara, lashes, those stuff, right? So I was like, why does Latina wear all that? And I remember which one of them heard, and they were like, why would you say that about her? You're so rude. Oh my gosh. Mind you, they would always talk crap about her. And that one time I say something, I'm wrong. She heard, obviously she heard. She was like, why are you talking about me? And I'm like, girl, no one's talking about you. She's like, oh yeah, I heard you talking about me, saying, oh, is that? I'm like, first of all I said was, your little 6th grade self need to go sit down somewhere, because you wear too much makeup, and your little friend is pressed. Like, Red was pressed, and I guess he told her, and the rest of the group, they were all mad at me. Chocolate, of course, you already know, she didn't do anything about it. You know, she just sat there, she listened, she followed. You know, when the leaders call, you know, she gotta follow. You know, she was, you know, them snakes gotta stay together. So all them little snakes, they all went, they didn't talk to me. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna be lonely for the rest of the year. But you know, they toxic, so they obviously come back. So I took them back. Yes, I took them back. I know I'm stupid, I'm dumb, you know, should have been a click to mine. I took them back, and you know, like I said, I had a mouth, and I opened it again. Once after, or yeah, but the girl, she didn't talk to me anymore. Blah, blah, blah. She was trying to get people not to talk to me. A few months passed, I opened the mouth again, and it was about one of those girls in my friend group. So basically what happened was, I didn't think it was a big deal. So it was this one morning, I was walking around with Chocolate, and I'm gonna name the girl that said something about her light skin. Me and Chocolate was walking around, like I said, we would walk around with each other. One morning I was like, light skin kind of look like this and this and that. And I was like, why does light skin blah 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 look like this? And she was like, oh my god, why you said that? I was like, it's not a big deal. I was, you know, like people always tell her that. That was wrong of me, honestly. Since we're friends, I thought, you know, like I was just asking a question, like why, you know, I already knew why I was like that, but I'm like, why didn't she fix it? So obviously, you know, Chocolate, she didn't care. She obviously didn't care about me. She went over to her little, she opened her mouth. So basically she was like, and I wasn't there, but I'm pretty sure she said, Arkeydje said this and she said that. She came up to me, I was like, She was like, why did you say that? Like she's like really sweet. I'm not gonna lie, she's really sweet, but you know, they both just follow people around too much. Like, even in elementary school, they was like that. You know, she came up to me, I was like, really? I went to Chocolate. I was like, Chocolate, why do you light skin, you know, tell me this and this and that? She's like, oh yeah, you said you already tell her that anyway. So I'm like, girl, I tell you something and then you go open your mouth to light skin about what I told you. And then she was like, she didn't care. I was like, okay, run along to your little whatever you want to call them. So, you know, she went. For the next days, no one talked to me. Not Red, not Chocolate. You know, Chocolate was, you know, toxic. I should have just left her. Like, I guess she started acting up because I told her at the beginning of the year that my mom wanted to move me schools. I would come to class, like, I would come to first period because we had first period next to each other. I would come, grab my stuff, I would eat. I'm pretty sure I found my other friend and would do our business over there. Like, I just didn't care about them. But me and my other friend, we didn't ride the same bus. Wish we did. Because then I wouldn't have been lonely. You know, I would have been left on those little things. Mine didn't click still. And of course, you know, the other girl, the one that's always running her mouth about me. During lunch, yes, because I couldn't sit at lunch with them because obviously, you know, they were mad at me. So that would just, it was better for me. Like, I would always just go do my work at another class. Like, I didn't even care about them. I'll just go and I'll go sit down somewhere else. Same girl, run her mouth again. And like I said, I know exactly who it was. Because, you know, Dark Chocolate would just report. You know, she was, they would call me like instigator. I'm like, girl. They obviously, you know, didn't like me and I should have known that. Talked to me for a while and then when they finally started talking to me back again, it was just like weird, you know, but I would always like just come back to them and everything that happens, I would like stick up for them, do this for them, do that for them. What did they for me? Nothing. Never again. Not making sense at all, but the last thing that happened that ended our friendship was what I'm about to tell you guys right now, so yeah. That day was her birthday. So, day of her birthday, you know, we was excited. She didn't get mad at me over me not bringing her a present because no, I did not bring her a present. She didn't bring me a present, so I didn't bring her a present. Period. I'm playing, but basically, that morning, her locker is upstairs in the 7th grade hallway. Mine is downstairs in the 6th grade hallway. But some days I'll put my stuff in her locker in the 7th grade hallway because I was already there. So I'll just put it in there because there's like 2 hooks that you could put backpacks in. So I was like, oh, that's not the point. So that morning, her and our other friends went downstairs because she already had put her stuff, but she was like, oh, I forgot to put my phone away. So she was like, oh, Arkeydje, can you go put it upstairs? Since I knew her combination. So she was like, Arkeydje, can you please go upstairs and go put my phone away? I was like, okay, sure. I went upstairs, you know, I was excited, you know, it's my best friend's birthday. So, you know, I was excited for her. And, you know, I went upstairs and I put her thing in the locker. Her phone, like, fell. Like, it didn't even fell, like, that hard. Because she had no case on her phone, so it fell. And I put it in her thing. I didn't even look at it. I just put in her thing. And I was like, nothing's gonna happen to it because my phone always does that and nothing ever happens to it. So I put in her thing. I put it like all the way up at the thing because we had those long lockers. The first shelf thing, I put it up there. So went about our day and you know everything was fine until the end of the day came and my she came to pick me up early because my sister, she was going dress shopping because she had prom in the way because she was graduating 8th grade, so she needed to get her prom dress and her graduation dress. So that's why I got picked up early during 7th period. I remember the day like exactly. I was in math and boom, they called me up. You know, I was excited. I was like, finally, I'm going home early. She took us to the mall. She took my stepsister and me to the mall and we started shopping for the dresses. Get a phone call and it's Light Skin calling me. She's like, yes, Arkeydje. And I'm like, what happened? Because I was like, I can't talk to you right now because I'm just shopping. She was like, okay, call me back. 2 seconds later, homegirl calls me again. I'm like, yes, Light Skin. She's like, I need to talk to you now. Do you have time? And I'm like, no. She hangs up and then Light Skin calls me again like 5 seconds later. I'm like, okay, yes, what happened? And then she started telling me, she's like, oh yeah, Chocolate said that you broke her phone. She's like, I was like, huh? Like, I was like, who? She's like, yeah, you broke her phone. And I was like, pass me the phone, like, pass the phone to Chocolate. And you know, Chocolate, you know, she's petty, so she was like, light skin was like, yeah, Chocolate doesn't want to talk to you. And I'm like, why? She's like, oh yeah, because she's like, she don't want to talk to you, she don't want to have anything to do with you, she just don't want to talk to you because you broke her phone on her birthday. And I'm like, okay. And then she was like, what happened? And I said, what do you mean what happened? She's like, what happened that morning? Did you drop it? And I was like, no. Mind you, I know dang well that morning it fell. So I was like, no, I didn't. And then she was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, I'm sure. And that happened. And the next day at school, you know, like the next day at school, none of them were talking to me. It's a routine, you know. They would never get mad at anyone else except me and that group. So it was just it was a routine, you know. I didn't care for it, you know. I'm used to this, so you know, I was like YOLO. I don't care. Y'all could go on about your day, I'll go on about my day. I have other people that I could talk to, you know. I don't know if I gave her name, but I'm gonna name her Cutie. The girl that happened with the thing that me and her used to borrow stuff from each other. Yeah, we're gonna name her Cutie. So she was my friend, and Dark Chocolate was my friend also. So I would just hang out with them during lunch because the rest of them little snakes didn't talk to me because, you know, like I said, it's a routine and they follow each other. Everything this other person gotta do. Because they didn't even get mad when Red was hanging out with the other girl. They just... Oh, actually, I lied. They did get mad. They didn't talk to her for a while. But Red... I should have done it like Red. Like, Red didn't care. Red was like, you know, she was living her best life. This one day, I get a call from, guess who again? Light Skin. Light Skin calls me, and she's like, yeah, Chocolate is gonna press charges on you. And I said, what? She's like, yeah, she's gonna tell her mom, and her mom is gonna make you pay for her phone. And I'm like, you're gonna have to tell your parents. And I was scared because I didn't want to tell my mom that. But I went to school, and I guess they were making it up for some reason so I could get scared. I don't know, but you know, they were just toxic. So it was just the end of the year. I had a chance and I moved. I was like, I'm getting out of that school because at first my mom was like, we're gonna move. Like at the middle of the year, my mom said that she was gonna make me move, and I was like, bet, because I'm tired of this school. And Dark Chocolate and me were gonna go to this. We were about to go to the same school, but I ended up not going to that school. I went to another school because I moved. It's like, yes, baby, yes. And me and Light Skin talked that whole summer. She's like, please don't leave. And I was like, girl, I am ready to leave all of y'all, okay? Because you guys were just... All I gotta tell you guys is, if you guys are in this situation, because the problem with me was I didn't want to lose some friends that I was with since 4th grade. It was not even only 4th grade. It was the beginning of the school year. But you know, for Chocolate, it was different because me and Chocolate, we've been friends since 4th grade. So it was hard. If you're in this, find some new friends because there's always new people. None of us talk anymore, but something happened the other day with me and Chocolate. But me and Chocolate said that she doesn't hold grudges and she forgive me because she had texted me. I don't know how she found my number, but she texted me and she was like, this and that, I forgive you, da da da. I was like, okay. And she was like, I didn't even care about that phone that much. I was like, so you did this for what?